Get ready because by the end of this decade, the way you buy just about everything is going to be completely unrecognizable. We're going to take a look at a future that's right around the corner, and trust me, it's going to change a huge part of your daily life.
But I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. What if that whole process, the searching, the comparing, the scrolling, the buying, was just handled for you? Imagine a world where the things you need just show up, perfectly picked out right when you need them.
So here's an example. Instead of spending hours and hours scrolling through websites, you just tell your personal AI, hey, I need a semi-formal dress for an outdoor wedding in October. And boom, it scans the entire market to find options that fit your style, your budget, and yeah, your exact measurements. Or how about the weekly grocery run? Forget about it. That's just gone. Your AI keeps an eye on your pantry, it knows what meals you like to make, and it automatically orders fresh ingredients. And the best part, it's always optimizing for your nutrition goals and the best prices, all without you ever having to make a single list.
And we're not just talking about small stuff. Imagine your AI noticing that your TV model tends to fail after about 5 years. So it does all the research and comes to you with the top 3 replacements that fit in your living room and how you watch movies, right before the old one is about to give out. Look, this isn't sci-fi anymore. This is literally the future of how we buy things.
So what is this magic technology that's making all of this happen? Well, it's a really specific type of AI that is getting ready to become the main way you make almost every single purchase.
It's called agentic AI. And no, this is not just another chatbot that can answer questions. This thing is an agent. It's an autonomous assistant that actually has the power to do things in the real world for you. It's your personal super smart shopper, researcher, and negotiator, all rolled into one. And the way it works is actually pretty straightforward. First, the AI figures out what you need, either because you told it or because it predicted a need. Then it just scans everything, every store, every brand online. After that, it analyzes all the options based on your unique tastes. And finally, it just makes the purchase. It completely closes that gap between thinking about something and actually buying it.
Okay, so now that we get the tech, let's look at the ripple effect. Because this isn't some niche tool for a few people. This is about to completely revolutionize every single part of retail.
Let's kick things off with fashion. I mean, today, it's a total mess, right? You're scrolling forever, you're just guessing on sizes. With an AI companion, it's like having a personal stylist who knows your exact measurements, totally gets your style, and puts together a look from across the entire internet, not just the 1 or 2 brands you happen to know.
And groceries, they get a massive upgrade. That whole chore of making a list and wandering through the aisles, that just vanishes. Your AI manages your pantry and automatically places orders, making sure you stick to your diet and your budget. And it completely ignores all those tempting impulse buys at the checkout.
And what about the big-ticket items, like electronics? Oh yeah, forget about spending an entire weekend drowning in spec sheets and a dozen different reviews. You just state your need. I want a 4K TV for a really bright room, and I want to keep it under $1,000. And your AI comes back with a data-backed shortlist of the absolute best options in seconds.
You know, one industry expert put it perfectly. This is like taking the absolute best, most knowledgeable person in any store and putting all of that expertise right into your pocket, available to you 24/7.
Okay, so let's flip this around for a second. For us, the consumers, this is all amazing convenience. But for retailers, it's a completely new and honestly, probably terrifying reality. They have to play by a whole new set of rules now.
These right here are the new minimum requirements. If a retailer's product data is incomplete, the AI is just going to ignore it. If their inventory isn't perfectly up to date and an item is out of stock, the AI will instantly buy it from a competitor. Shipping too slow, the AI will find a faster option. And forget about hidden fees. They'll be flagged immediately. There is absolutely zero room for error.
And businesses are taking this very seriously. A full 86% of grocery executives already say AI is critical for them to stay efficient. They know that if they can't get their inventory forecasting almost perfect, they'll basically be invisible to these new AI shoppers.
When it comes down to it, your AI companion is basically your perfectionist proxy. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't get frustrated, and it definitely does not forgive mistakes. If a retailer can't deliver flawlessly, the AI will simply and permanently send your business somewhere else.
But this huge transformation doesn't just stop at the store. The ripple effect is going to fundamentally change massive parts of our economy, especially the worlds of advertising and what we do for work.
I mean, think about how companies try to get your attention. It used to be all about TV ads, then it became about ranking high on Google, SEO. Well, the next big thing is AIO, AI optimization. Marketing is no longer going to be about appealing to human emotions. It's going to be about feeding an algorithm the exact, precise data it needs to decide your product is the best choice.
And of course, that's going to have real-world consequences for jobs. Research from Forrester is predicting that by 2030, about 7.5% of jobs at U.S. ad agencies are just going to be lost to automation. Now, the flip side is that over 92% of those roles are either going to stick around or evolve, shifting from things like media buying to AI strategy.
And this really shows the bigger shift that's happening in the workforce. Repetitive jobs like cashiers and inventory clerks, they're on the decline. But a whole new class of jobs is popping up. People who train AIs, robotics technicians, and even AI ethics officers who make sure these systems are actually operating fairly. The workforce isn't disappearing, it's just changing.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground here, from your own personal AI stylist to the future of work itself. So let's bring this all together and really focus on the single most important takeaway from this entire shift.
Here's what it all boils down to. Your AI becomes the new gatekeeper. And because it's completely rational and only loyal to your goals, it creates this ruthless meritocracy in the retail world. The brands that win are not going to be the ones with the flashiest ads. They'll be the ones that consistently, day in and day out, offer the best product, the best price, and the best service. Period.
And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. When the act of choosing is handed over to your AI, what happens to brand loyalty? Are you going to stick with the names you've always known? Or will your loyalty shift to the algorithm that always gets you the best possible deal?